You motherfucking animals! You liberal, progressive, deranged fucking animals! You are so hateful in your hearts to go out and shoot a young man who's never hurted anyone with Christian values, a young, beautiful family, a father, a husband, a friend, a son. You shot him. Why? Because you didn't agree with his politics? Because you didn't agree with his ideology? That's the reason why he deserves to die? You fucking animals!
This is such bullshit! I've never been so pissed in my whole life! I just murdered Charlie Kirk right here in Utah! I'm so freaking pissed right now! This is bullshit! I just saw blood squirting out of his neck! I love that guy! He would have been our next president! I am so pissed right now! Why do they always come with fucking violence? Gosh damn it! Use your freaking words as they're talking to you people! Who shot Charlie Kirk? I'm driving down a Provo right now! I'm so pissed! Damn it!
I'm going to say this. Democrats own what happened today. I am devastated. My kids have called panicking. All the kids of every conservative in the country call panicking. Just because you speak your mind on an issue doesn't mean you get shot.
Then by that logic, do Republicans own the shooting of the two Democratic lawmakers in Minnesota? Isn't this on both sides?
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm asking
We
a
don't
serious
know what
question.
condition Charlie Kirk is in right now. Some raging leftist lunatic put a bullet through his neck, and you want to talk about Republicans right now? No.
No, I'm asking
not
you.
at all.
You said the Democrats have to own it too. But I'm asking,
Democrats own this.
But isn't there a problem with
this.
political violence across the spectrum?
Yeah, we're talking about Charlie Kirk right now. That's the subject of this that we're talking about right now. Democrats own this 100%.
They are at war with us. Whether we want to accept it or not, they are at war with us. And what are we going to do about it? How much political violence are we going to tolerate? And that's the question we're just going to have to ask ourselves.
This video's in regards to Charlie Kirk. And this video's for the fucking liberals. It's war, motherfuckers. We're coming for you. We're coming for you. And spare me your fucking self-righteous bullshit lectures. I don't give a fuck. We're coming for you.
Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakar Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect. This is Ecclesiasticus 10:1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. And I feel like I've been making the same video over and over again, but this is what's happening in this place. If Satan's kingdom be divided against itself, how can it stand? When this government is set against each other, man. All right, they're warring within themselves, man, to the point as we seen the Charlie Kirk incident. All right, and incidents before this, but this being the most current one, it's becoming violent, man. And it's because Esau doesn't know how to rule. You have this government that has opposing sides, which, of course, you have infighting, with any establishment that has opposing sides and opposing point of views. You're going to have infighting, which trickles down to the people. All right, a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. All right, going to that word, prudent, marked by wisdom or judiciousness, prudent advice. All right, this man has no wisdom. A government is supposed to be on one accord. It's like in the kingdom of heaven, the elect will be on one accord, that accord being the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So it won't be no infighting amongst the leadership. because we all answer to the Heavenly Father. But when you see these governments that's divided against themselves, it's always going to end in chaos, man. And you have these uproars of the people. You know, people are murdering politicians. And, you know, you will see a reaction, you know, you have the radical left, but you also have people who are considered radical on, you know, the right wing, as they call it, you know, Republicans. You know, as you see the spirit of those right wingers in the media reaction to this Charlie Kirk incident. All right, they're going to respond. You know, you leftist activists, I wouldn't be surprised if something happened to one of them by the hands of the right wing, man. It's a war. All right, a war amongst the government, and once again, it trickles down to the people. So that's why you'll have violence in the street as it pertains to what they call a Trump supporter versus a leftist, you know, amongst the people. And you have nothing but confusion amongst the government. All right. But going back into that word prudent, shrewd in the management of practical affairs, marked by circumspection, discerning, insightful, perceptive, wise, which these are all the things that Esau isn't. His government is none of these things because, you know, once again, if you have two different sides in one house, of course it's gonna crumble, it's gonna crack, man. All right. But continuing on in Ecclesiasticus, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. And it's not just Trump. You know, Trump is just the president now. You know, all the leaders are violent. It's always, America has been in perpetual war. So the people see when America has a conflict with another nation, they pick up arms. When the people have a conflict amongst each other, they pick up arms. You show your population, as I speak on the American government, you showed your population that violence is how you end conflict. So when they have conflict, it's violence. And them guns are pointed towards, you know, these activists and these politicians now. And once again, don't be surprised if you see some leftist activists get taken out, man, by a right winger. Like the dude in one of the clips say, "We coming for you." And them Trump supporters, those right wingers, are some Second Amendment loving, gun toting fools, man. So it will be some type of retaliation for this incident, man. All right, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. All right, everybody who answers to him. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. An unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority the city shall be inhabited. All right, an unwise king destroyeth his people. And one of the ways that these unwise kings, or this unwise system, empire, whatever you want to call it, one way that they destroy the people is giving them so many options. A nation is really supposed to have a king. But if you have political parties, which they got this, you know, this is how you know this is an extension of Rome. All right. They adopted the Roman political system, which, I mean, the Edomites are the Romans, but they adopted this political system that doesn't work. You know, you've seen the infighting. You know, if you know anything about Rome or ancient Rome, they had the same thing going on, this infighting within their government. And you see the same thing is happening here. And the infighting within their government, led to their fall. And this place is falling because the people are given too many options. Society is supposed to be ran on one accord. As I mentioned earlier, in the kingdom of heaven, it's going to be one set of rules. Now, you're not going to have no opinion. It's going to be the law, statutes, and commandments, which is how Yahweh Shah teaches the Israelites how to govern a society and govern themselves as well. So this is only going to get worse, man. All right. So I did the Google AI overview. Did the Roman government fight within themselves or fight amongst themselves or have infighting? All right, it says, yes, the Roman government fought itself multiple times through a series of devastating civil wars. This is a civil war. Two opposing sides within the same nation. All right. These conflicts arose from political rivalries between ambitious generals. All right, which, the political rivalry that we're talking about today is, left wing, right wing, having different ideals about how society should be ran. Between ambitious generals who use their legions as power bases to seize control of the state. Notable examples include civil war of the late Republic between Caesar and Pompey, the year of the four emperors, and the crisis of the 3rd century, all of which involve Roman factions battling for political dominance and the imperial throne. All right, political dominance. This is what these people are fighting for now. The left has their views of being progressive, and the right wing has more of a traditional American view on how things should be ran. All right. Power-hungry generals, ambitious military leaders often found their legions proclaiming them potential emperors, creating a cycle of military-backed civil conflict. Legion influence. The support of Roman legions was crucial for any general to gain power, and legions often fought each other to determine which of their generals would rule. And it's not necessarily the United States military that's fighting against each other, but these legions can be likened to the people fighting each other for who they think should rule. What ideals they agree with the most. Goes into political instability. Throughout its history, Rome experienced periods of deep political instability and internal strife. This is what we're going through right now. Or this is what they're going through right now. Internal strife. They're never on one accord with anything. And once again, you can't have two opposing sides in a government. That's just unwise. It's going to cause revolting uproars of the people, as the scriptures say, and ultimately a fall of your nation, which this is all in the prophecy of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Struggle for power. It says the competition for power and resources within the Roman political system was often resolved through bloodshed and war rather than peaceful means. This is what's going on right now, man. You see Charlie Kirk. She got popped, and niggas be fighting in the street, man, over this. At them rallies, you don't know if you remember Niggas getting ran over with cars and beat up and, throwing hands in the street all over some political madness. This place is falling just like Rome did, man. All right. And the government, once again, is set up just like Rome, Rome had a Senate and magistrates and all of that shit. And, America adopting what their forefathers did, let's say that, as it pertains to how they ran their political system is, ending in the same result, man. All right. It says the Roman government experienced significant internal conflicts known as civil wars, which were characterized by political violence. You see the political violence. I believe that was yesterday. I mean, so much stuff happening. But yeah, that was yesterday where Charlie Kirk got shot, as political violence. Assassinations and power struggles between powerful individuals and factions. Because that dude had a pretty big following. I used to watch him. Yeah, he had a pretty big following, man. He was kind of like the young, up-and-coming dude, politician, who I believe would have ran for some type of office. I mean, this place ain't got long anyway. But he would have ran for some type of office because he had the backing of the right wing. And he had all the young voters on his side, all the young right-wing voters. All right. Political violence, assassinations, and power struggles between the powerful individuals and factions. These internal conflicts, often involving Roman legions fighting against each other, destabilized the Republic and later the Empire. Key factors contributing to its infighting included deep political divisions. All right, deep political divisions. This is what's going on here. Deep political divisions, man. Because you had, the clips that I put up were more of the right-wing Republicans reacting to this situation. But, if you go look at the leftists, as they are called, the radical left, they was rooting for this shit. They was happy. Seeing interviews on the street. What do you think of Charlie Kirk dying? They said it's good. He was a bigot. He was transphobic. He was homophobic. He was, all those words that the radical left has attached a stigma to make you some type of evil individual. He was all of that. And they was happy. Just as, if you in a war with an opposing army and they die, you happy. You ain't shedding tears and all that. So, it's war, man. It's deep, what they say, deep political division. All right. The rise of ambitious military leaders and a weakening of traditional political norms and institutions. All right. It goes into causes of Roman infighting. And America is just an extension of Rome, man. It's just Rome all over again. Political rivalries. Powerful figures like generals and politicians frequently vied for control, leading to armed conflicts to achieve their goals. All right. Social tensions. The growing gap between the wealthy elite and the impoverished masses often fueled unrest and political violence. You hear the term the 1% a lot in this place. That's what that is. The gap, the gap between the wealthy elite and the impoverished masses. Weakening institutions. The traditional norms and institutions of the Republic were eroded by the ambition of powerful individuals and the increasing use of military force to resolve political disputes. And Trump is about to start doing that. I mean, they gonna respond to this. It's not it ain't like this gonna happen and it's gonna be a tragedy. And because Trump is petty, man. He's a petty king, man. Nero, he's petty, man. And they gonna do something, man. Your Second Amendment rights, I believe it is, was the right to bear arms. Yeah, that's out the door. Trump gonna do something about this. He's gonna do something about it. Consequences of Roman infighting, destabilization. Frequent civil wars weaken the state, making it more vulnerable to external threats. And yeah, because Trump militarized the police, and he sent them over there to Chicago recently. And Vladimir Putin, I seen he made a statement on it, like basically, I don't know if denouncing it is the right word, but he had an opinion on it. Basically Trump is warring against his own people. This is how Rome fell. All right. It says loss of life. Numerous Roman citizens and soldiers died in these eternal conflicts. You see that in the street, man. It's always some murder. Well, not necessarily dealing with political things, because America is just a land of death. But, sticking to the topic, it's, a lot of violence when it comes to these political alliances, or whoever you have your allegiance to politically. They stand firm as if it's an army, as if it's some type of, war that they're fighting against the other side. And, it is. It's turning into that. The cycle of civil wars ultimately led to the fall of the Republic and the establishment of the Roman Empire, with power consolidated in the hands of an emperor. All right. So it led to the fall of Rome. All that infighting and that confusion amongst the leadership, people were given an opportunity to choose sides, and all the infighting caused the fall of this place. But it will cause the fall of this place. But as I'm speaking on Rome, it caused the fall, or one of the biggest contributing factors to the fall of Rome. All right. Matthew 12:25, and Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. Because you can't have division within a rulership. That's how you know he's unwise. He's not prudent. A rulership is supposed to be a united front, with everybody on one accord. Why? Because that's the only way you're going to get the people on one accord. But if they see division amongst you, they're going to choose sides. And that's what's happening in this place, man. And if Satan casts out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? There's no way that this place is going to continue to go on, because it's divided. It's splitting at the seams, as they say. This place is out of here, man. This is over, man. It's uproars of the people every day. And this is going on around the world, man. You have many, nations, as you see in Nepal. I seen this morning, they over there rioting in Germany. I really didn't dig too deep into it. Just saw a clip over there rioting in Germany. It's always some attempt at an upheaval of the government in various places. And this is what was prophesied that would happen. And it's happening. Shalakia. Shalakia. Mark 13:7. And when ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, be ye not troubled, for such things must needs be, but the end shall not be yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be earthquakes in diverse places, and there shall be famines and troubles. These are the beginning of sorrows, man. All right. These rumors of wars, I mean, it's all you hear about in the news is war. You know, whether they be in an actual war or a war's bubbling. All right. This place is done, man. It's only a matter of time before this place falls, man. All right. I'm gonna get one more scripture, second Ezra's. Second Ezra's 9:3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, all right, it's uproars of the people not only in America but around this whole world. All right, sedition amongst men, the attempt at an upheaval of their power structure. This is going on around the whole world. All right. It says, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. All right, because Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua declared the end from the beginning. And these prophecies was left, you know, for the hopeful elect to understand and, you know, to be ready. All right, this whole place is about to crumble. But I ain't gonna hold you. I hope that video was edifying. Shalom.